Cascadia, this is your review for 2. Good day, my name is Joe Gerba. Today we're going over Cascadia and how it plays with 2 players. Now Cascadia is a 1 to 4 player game where you'll be essentially drafting these tiles and tokens, animal tokens from the middle, adding it to your habitat board. Everyone's going to start with this 3 tile habitat board. On your turn, you'll be taking a pair of the 4 choices you have. You'll be adding it to your board. You can add the tile wherever you want, and then the animal has to go on a space with the matching animal. Now, over the course of the game, you'll be wanting to build the largest biomes you can, so the largest contiguous river areas, plains, wetlands, forests, mountains, because that'll be extra scoring at the end of the game. Now, the other aspect of this game is to try to maximize your points that are scored at the end by completing some of these goals and certain stipulations for scoring animals at the end. Some may be having the longest row of fish or the most elk in a straight line, different ways to score at the end, but really it comes down to those aspects. Your biome sizes as you'll be drafting these cards, keeping in mind some of these end of scoring, and just trying to maximize your points while having a quick tile placement game. So let's see a little bit more what I thought about the game. So I really like the components in this game. I think they're kind of neat. These tiles are just kind of neat. You're going to be picking them up, placing your tile, going into the bag, replacing it with a new tile, and then going about it from there. And it's nice and fast. The components feel good. Once you've finished your biome, once you finished your play area, it just kind of feels good to look at. The rules in this game, pretty straightforward, pretty simple. I'd say the hardest part about this game is probably getting these end of game animal scoring tiles or cards together. Some of them are a little bit more complicated than others near the end, but it does a great job of explaining exactly how to score those at the end. So the setup for this game is very easy. You'll be starting off with 1 3x3. You'll count the number of tiles that are needed in a 2-player game. And it does go 1 to 4, like I said, and there's different tile amounts depending on the players. But you're going to be setting up the board the same way every time. You get this. There's 4 tiles out here. They're matched with animals. On your turn, you take a pair. And, the setup in this game is great. This is one of those games that I could easily pick off the shelf and get this to the table quickly. Speaking of table, let's talk about table size. Easily fitting on a 3x3. This is a perfect game for a small table atmosphere, pick up and play. These are 2 great aspects about this game. So this game does take, for us, after several plays, about 45 minutes a playthrough, which is a great time for a game kind of this size. It's interesting. It always felt like we were moving. There's always something to do, and that's one of the things I like in the game is little downtime. There's a lot to think about as well, because you're always going to have 4 spots open once you place your tile on the board. You're going to have an option where you want to put this out of the 4 tiles. Hopefully you left an animal space open, but it's a lot about planning where you want to go, future turns. There are these things called keystone tiles, which only have 1 animal on them, but if you put an animal on them, you get a pine cone. And this pine cone kind of gives you, or nature token, I think they call it, kind of gives you some options during the game. You can replace some of these animals and reach in the bag and put out some new ones, or this is the one way where you can grab a different tile and a different animal and then replace those at the end of the turn. So it gives you a lot of options on, if I need this animal but this tile, it gives you more play and more ways to think about how to build your biome. So this game is actually a lot of fun. It's very fluid, very family friendly. This is, a lot of the games I like are super heavy and dense. This one's kind of lighthearted and fun, but there's still a lot of choice. Every turn you're going to get to choose. You need to analyze these end of game scoring. The hawk is going to have a different scoring depending on which variant you use. There's 4 variants of each animal, and there's 5 animals, so the permutations on that are high. It's just very neat. Every game does feel a little bit different, saying, oh, I want 3 bears grouped instead of just 2, but I need this elk running over here, but that'll disrupt my fish line running through the middle. There's just a ton of different ways to score at the end that kind of keeps the game fresh. This game, I think, could be better with 3 and 4. Obviously, we've only played it with 2. We've played it several times, but we really enjoy it. We just think the speed of the game is nice. The looks of the game, it feels fun. End of the game scoring feels dynamic. You feel like, well, I feel like I did this well, but I didn't do this as well, and it kind of shows on the scorecard. Nobody's been a runaway leader, but you can definitely tell who's played a little bit better near the end of the game. And it's just, this game is a lot of fun. I know I've been ranting for quite a bit on this segment, but I really do like this game for 2. I think this is a great game for 2 in the 45-minute range. Easy to pick up, easy to get to the table, plenty of options, quick gameplay. There's just a lot to like about this game. It could get a little bit stale if you play too many times over and over, but if you play 2 to 3 times and then put it up for a while and pick it back up, this is one of those great games for that. So I really do like this game for 2. At the beginning, I didn't really think I would, but as we play it, and it's so fast and there's so many options, and these cards keep it fresh, I really do like this game for 2. So I hope you guys enjoyed the review, and until next time.